A government examiner posted here in 1592 gave this place its name, Yanggu. The village here has a peculiar basin surrounded by craggy, high peaks. After the Korean War, this place was long restricted to access from outsiders. Now, it hosts life to green plants, even in the midst of winter. Today, we discover Yanggu's dried radish greens, the gift of this barren land. Located in central Gangwon Province, Yanggu is the center point of Korea. It has Inje to the east and Chuncheon to the south, while the DMZ is to its north. The peaks of the Taebaek Range are here, which have long made it a very remote place. Over 70% of its area is surrounded by peaks with elevations of 1,000 meters. Hiding between the high peaks is a special piece of land. Haean village in Yanggu-gun is well known for its punch bowl shape. The name was given because the view from atop the mountain resembles a punch bowl. The area of this place is more than 6 times Yeouido in Seoul. The area here is surrounded by 1,000-meter high peaks, which means that winter comes here first in Gangwon Province before anywhere else. Despite the cold, Haean village boasts a pleasant green all throughout its environs. These are the tops of radishes. The village elders find themselves busier when the first snow arrives.
더울 때면 맛이 없어.
그러면요?
예, 이럴 때 해야지. 이 시래기가 잘 모르고 맛있는 거 이게 더울 때는 하면 맛이 없어.
The radish tops used for dried radish greens are typically sowed at the end of August after the summer harvest, and then harvested in November. However, the radish tops are harvested in a peculiar way. Only the radish top, the leaves, are harvested, while the radish itself is not.
시래기. 이게 뭐 열무인데 이제 이건 무는 버리고 이것만 쪄먹는 거.
싱싱하네요. 지금 겨울 다 돼가는데도. 겨울 다 돼가는데도 싱싱해 보이네요.
예, 진짜 싱싱하잖아요. 그 소리 그렇게 몇 번 맞았는데도 이게 진짜 싱싱하네.
As the village's dried radish greens gained a reputation and became its cash crop, they began throwing away the radish and keeping the leaves. The radish cultivated here is different from regular radish.
일반 무는 그 뿌리를 먹기 위해서 뿌리가 무지 큰데 이 시래기 전용무는 뿌리를 먹지 않기 때문에 뿌리는 작고 이제 잎사귀가 이렇게 큽니다.
The radish is small, but the leaves are long and narrow. The leaves are not thick, but are soft in texture. The village began cultivating dried radish greens about 10 years ago. This was when dried radish greens began being seen as a health food.
우선 여기가 해발이 높습니다. 해발 지금 현재 여기가 700m인데 해발 700m면 그 무청이 아주 그 연하고 부드럽고 그다음에 또 해안면의 특성이 또 분지입니다. 분지기 때문에 또 일교차가 큽니다.
The high elevation here makes it so that there is about a 20-degree temperature difference between night and day in November. The harvested crops are stockpiled at night, so the nutrients they produced in the daytime survive the cold. Almost 300 tons of dried radish greens are harvested here each year. This is the largest harvest for radish greens in Korea. It is easy for the farmers to skip lunch during the harvest. The village elders sit at the bank of the field to have a late lunch. The side dishes are only boiled kimchi and seasoned cabbage leaves. The single dish of food eaten after work is finished and is plenty to warm the villagers' freezing cold bodies after a hard day of work.
맛있어요?
진짜 맛있어.
There was a time when there was nothing else to eat but dried radish greens. No one thought it would ever be so profitable. As the village became famous for its crop, the radish leaves started being dried here. The workers here become busy whenever the radish leaves are harvested. The leaves must be dried right after they have been harvested.
밭에서 바로 잘라가지고 바로 넣는다고. 근데 얘가 얼었다가 녹았다가 말리니까 얘가 이제 달고 맛있어요. 얼었다가 녹았다 하면서 말리니까 막 달고 맛있다고.
The leaves must be hung out to prevent them from rotting. Interestingly, the village farmers all wear the same clothes. They all wear vinyl on top of their clothes.
비닐이에요? 뜨시라고. 바람 들어가지 말고 뜨시라고.
아침에 저기 부어가지고 그냥 비울비 입은 거예요.
아, 우비.
그냥 벗어요?
네.
거기 싫어요?
The weather here changes several times during the day. The radish leaves hung out here have to be dried for 2 months. There is also something else that must not be forgotten. After hanging the leaves, they cover it with vinyl to block out the sunlight.
비가 오나 눈이 오나 맞으면 안 되니까 차광망을 내리는데요.
네.
햇빛에 너무 노출되지 말라고 차광망을 내리고 있어요.
이 햇빛에 노출되면 안 되는 거예요?
햇빛에 너무 노출되면은 그늘에서 말린 것보다 색깔이 시래기 색깔이 늦게 안 나오고 이렇게 노랗게 이게 마를 수가 있으니까 그래서 일부러 차광망을 내리면서 말리고 있어요.
The cold wind and shade are required for good-tasting dried radish greens. The two elements keep the leaves' natural green color and make them tasty and tender. Now, it is time that will finish the job. The cold weather and wind will keep them freezing and melting until they become good tasting. The village is now finished harvesting the radish leaves. This also means that winter has begun here. In the country's poverty-stricken past, the dried radish greens hanging on the eaves in the village were used in winter as a common ingredient for cooking. The radish greens made it so people had no worries about getting through the winter. Kang Sun-yeon, who is 62 this year, ate dried radish greens with rice a lot during her poor childhood.
시래기밥 해주신 건 기억나세요, 어머니가?
아유, 기억나나 마나지. 옛날에 나물밥 해먹고 그래가지고 내가 어려서 그게 먹기 싫어가지고 언니네 집으로 막 내려가더라는데. 연어밥 저기 밥 얻어 먹으러.
시래기는 왜 넣어 먹었어요, 근데 그때?
없었기 때문에.
네?
쌀이 없어가지고 저기 쌀이 귀했지. 나 어려서 클 때는 시골에서 살고 쌀이 없어가지고 그래가지고 나무를 많이 두고서는 밥을 해 먹었대. 그래가지고 시래기 겨울에 해 달았다가 또 겨울에 두고 시래기 장국 끓여 먹고 시래기 밥 해 먹고.
She hated eating food made with dried radish greens then. But now, she remembers fondly what she had to eat. To her distaste, there were much more greens than rice on her plate during her childhood, but now she enjoys eating them. In addition to dried radish greens with rice, there is also dried radish green fermented soy soup. She boils it here in the cauldron. It was the coldest and most hunger-stricken time of her life when she ate dried radish greens with rice.
지를까봐 걱정하더니.
이 소식 그전 옛날에
Dried radish greens were what allowed them to survive through the cold winters.
잔에다 쏙쏙 비벼 먹어보자고요.
싹싹 비벼 쏙쏙이 아니라.
근데 난 조금 더.
The food eaten in poverty of yesteryear has now become a special treat.
된장에다 이렇게 먹으면 옛날서부터 이렇게 먹으면 얼른 맛있는 거예요. 가고 이 쓰레기도 이 영양가가 이게 좋은 거예요. 많이 들었어요.
The elders here endured a difficult time without going hungry because of the greens.
아 진짜 맛있네.
달콤하죠? 아주 달콤해. 고소하지? 들기름도 소용해.
고소하고 달콤하고. 옛날에 시래기밥을 하면 쌀은 조다가다 시래기만 잔뜩 있잖아요. 그거들 먹느라고 맛있다고.
To some, the greens are a memory, while to others, they are something yearned for. To the villagers here, the dried radish greens are a gift from this barren land.
모래장이니까 섬이 돼버려. 길이 다 물에 잠겼어.